believe it will be very difficult to keep pace for interpreters to have enough time to interpret me. Well, I've known many of you for some time. Some of you I've seen as offers of presentations or reading your articles online, and I'm happy to be part of this community. A few words about myself at a glance. I'm head of the change management and management potential development at the Corporate University of Russian Railways. I am the only today. My colleague, because the time has been shifted for the our input, he could not join, but anyway, he sent his warmest greetings to all of us, and of course, he would be happy to pass me I'm happy to pass his experience at my today's presentations on the implementation of these TRIZ tools in the development of competencies of railway engineers. TRIZ is quite important for railways. It's quite important for railways more than in any other industries, and I would like to speak about how we implement TRIZ tools at the corporate university. First of all, I'd like to introduce our university at a glance for you to understand where do we perform the training and what is the setting for the training. Now, the corporate university is just a part of this industrial training framework of the company, which is responsible for the development of managers' competencies, operational managers, tactical level, at the operational level, tactical level, and strategic level. We also have the training provided for specialists or blue-collar workers, as well as heads of operational managers. So this is what we have from our vocational schools and the special training centers of RZD. Also, special training is offered for managers at academies, at colleges, as well as professional upgrade courses in the University of Railways. Our corporate university is responsible for this training after education, when managers already have managerial experience and they come to us voluntarily to get some additional knowledge and skills. Here we see the information in English for those of our participants, English-speaking participants. You will have a recording available, so you will have these recordings and also the deck. So, and again, you will be able to learn more in higher detail looking at this deck, at this presentation. Our corporate university is the best corporate university globally, according to Global CCU Awards 2021, and we are proud to have this title, to have this rank, because we've been working in the educational market for over 14 years. We have over 740K graduates, over 300 plus educational solutions are on offer, as well as we provide training for 200 plus in-person students. We also have two platforms, one in Moscow, and we have our Far Eastern branch in the Far East. And of course, it's good that we can reach our trainees in all geographies, in all time zones. The corporate university pays a lot of attention in its positioning in the field, in the market of these educational services, and we have been recognized and we have been confirming our high competency level quite consistently. Our program portfolio ideology includes these pillars. So we have this HR pillar, which is human capital development program. We also have another pillar, which is human development, developing personal efficiency, and also we have the third pillar to support business tasks. So in the overlapping of these pillars, we have these development programs, developing our training, our talent pool. So we have our pool of talents trained every year after training in the corporate university. These people are promoted and get new positions in their companies. So within the holding, our development trajectory looks like that. So our managers, all of managers have to pass this first stage, first step in competence management, then our corporate pool, our talent pool, have to pass this management of efficiency training, and then our candidates to strategic pool have to pass this first stage of training, training in strategic management. We have been developing our programs, and it is considered that any manager should pass through all these three training steps or tiers. We don't force anyone, so our courses at the university are voluntarily, and of course we work with them, and they are proud to be part of the community of the corporate university after the stage. So besides their certificate, they get a badge of excellence, so they then put these badges of excellence. They can identify each other and associate with each other as graduates of the corporate university. In our opinion, this is quite an interesting approach when graduates, when alumni know each other, and they have a lot of common topics to discuss after their training at the corporate university. At our corporate university, we have our professional specifics. We have various academies. For example, we have a movement academy, where like Rolling Stock Academy. We have functional schools where we develop specific functions. For example, a structure within the company, and we prepare training programs for specific functions, not to not to skip any necessary skills for this functional. We also have internship meetings when we visit other railways or enterprises, when our managers learn from the experience of other sites, of other companies. We also have our own corporate MBA, which is called Master Club. We organize strategic sessions at different levels, at various levels. We also have a dedicated digital transformation discipline and a academy of alumni. TRIZ is included as a choice within the courses, and those trainees who want to have a TRIZ training can apply. We also have another option in this regard. There is another alternative to be able to enroll into a program using the corporate portal. We can so trainers can file a request through the corporate portal. We receive many requests. Of course, we cannot train a lot of them because as specialist in TRIZ in the corporate university, I'm the only specialist in TRIZ at our corporate university who can train TRIZ. I'm the only one, but next year we're planning to use the support of Anton Kozhemyakov. We will be able to extend the number of the experts available to our university and use the support of external trainees, external teachers, but also train our teachers within the company, within the university. Now let us try to see how TRIZ works now at our corporate university. At our corporate university, we pay a lot of attention. We focus on the development of engineers, because there is a task to train engineers with a new thinking, capable of being more flexible, to adapt to the external environments, and being able to find optimum solutions, best solutions with limited scarce resources. TRIZ today is focused on the development of personal efficiency of people and also on the development of the business in general, overall, so that engineers could address business tasks that are set before them. So in these areas, we are working at the moment. So we have been using this system of 9 steps. So we have our own framework at the corporate university. We'll look at this framework. We'll look at what we had before that, what we have now, and what we will have in the future. So I'd like then to present our corporate university programs in this paradigm, within this paradigm. So the first thing we did was in July 2017. I got my training from Valery Galetov, and I was very much eager to replicate this into our corporate universities so that our universities understand what TRIZ is, how it works, and how you can fine-tune your thinking to address complex issues, complex tasks. So my first experience was establishing this professional upgrade program, which was called Practical Tools for the Improvement of Efficiency, Lean, and Tips and Trees. Practical Tools for Improving Productivity, Lean, and Tips. So this was about lean tools and trees tools or tips tools. At the same time, they do not contradict each other, but otherwise they are complementary. As a core of this lean production, we organized this program developed by Valery Galetov. I and Mr. Galetov participated in the implementation in the rollout of this first program. This was my first experience, and this was my major big experience in delivering this 2-day course. In this 2-day course, we trained trainees on using TRIZ algorithms in practice. And now I would like to speak more about the content of the program itself. Here you see this in the slide. This included a number of elements. There are 4 main pillars to this program. 20 academic hours was the duration of the program. Most of them were related to the practices of TRIZ application. What was quite specific about this course? We first sent out this questionnaire developed by Mr. Gennady Ivanov to describe problems. Before the start of the course, our trainees filled out this questionnaire. Then after that, they arrived for this 2-day course, and we worked with those tasks that were set by our users, by our trainees. At the start of the seminar, we organized trainees into several teams. They created their own names and slogans for the whole period of education so that we could identify them easier. Then after that, trainers familiarized trainees with the main TRIZ concepts. For that, they were using interactive presentations as well as video clips and specifically developed workbooks. Our users, our trainees, were focusing a lot on the concept of the system and its main functions, because they work with these concepts very often, and we wanted them to learn more about the specific features of systems and the specific features of systems development. We also paid attention to the theory of losses, also in connection with the executable functions and systems. We also familiarize them with unnecessary events, circumstances, operative phenomenon, operative zone, and it was also very important to familiarize them with the concept of resources within corporate zones. Our colleagues working at our lines, of course, they not often see the available resources working somewhere else. And of course, if we need money for addressing a problem, this is not our resources. We wanted to train people on how to have this vision, how to see through it, to have this ability to find all available resources in the operative area, in the operative zone, to be able to reach this final result by means of setting contradictions, evolving contradictions, overcoming contradictions, and addressing those tasks before them. So my first experience was quite successful. We conducted 5 seminars at our North October Railroad, training 125 engineers. Then we took a small break with this program, with this course, because we were developing ourselves. We wanted to learn more about TRIZ, to become more proficient at TRIZ, to be more confident in delivering the training. So that's why I started learning this topic. I haven't yet obtained my certificate, but I hope that next year I will have such a chance, such an opportunity to do it. So we received many references, many cycles of feedback from people, and this include that people we're trained on how to see the problem situations as part of the system. We understand that we don't have any systems that not have any gaps or problems, and people learned how to see it. Our people, our scientists have been thinking on how to address this issue for a very long time, and while we were trained on how to address these issues just in 2 days. And of course, then after that, we created our VK group community, where then after that, trainees exchanged their solutions and decisions they took, and feedback was very good. The ratings were very good, were very positive. They managed to find solutions to those problems that were specifically relevant for those departments. Sometimes we had people taking the initiative and putting through their rational suggestions and overcome very hot, painful issues, their pains, which their engineers have been struggling to solve without this TRIZ support.
After that, we had so-called demonstrational program to come to all the networks of the railroads, and Oktyabrskaya Railroad was only the pilot platform. So we started our program as a tool for increasing competitiveness and reducing costs. So I was a teacher back then, but we combined 16 different railroads, and I had this assignment to bring them information how to decrease our costs with TRIZ program. So we had to make it in order to show to the main engineers of railroads for their subordinates to be developed, and TRIZ is helping with that, with the development of thinking. There were a lot of questions on that, but the program was received pretty well. And after that, we had this ability to advance our program thinking. After that, we created advanced training program, proposal management and development of engineering thinking. So this program consisted of different blocks, and we led our audience from the idea to its almost implementation, because we were talking about the fact how to patent this very idea, because patent right was studied there as well. And right now you can see actually the content of that program when we say how the pattern of thinking was developed, what are those patterns, what are the algorithm of thinking, and how to transform creative insight into intellectual property. So we were we were teaching our inventors, engineers. We have the Center of Innovational Decisions, Solutions, and they were the customers of this program. And together with Mr. Galetov, we started this program with for our engineers innovators. So altogether, 95 engineering innovators were taught there. And after that, for the Center of the Innovational Development, they were giving this innovating solutions and offers. About the course benefits, there were a lot of feedbacks, and actually what was helping to them, that the detection of discrepancies were helping to them. Of course, we were not arguing with them because they were taught exactly this. And of course, we're very glad that people got very interesting and important tool for the application for their own activity. And after that, within 3 years, from the 20th to the 22nd, you know that this time was really difficult, and we mainly worked in online system, but in the framework of the program of the management of rights to the results of intellectual activity, 107 engineering innovators were taught, and we had 60-hour labor block of 10 academic hours, and we were discussing how to come to the innovational suggestion through the program. Also, 60 labor management engineers were taught in basics of troubleshooting, and this program was introduced by Sergey Fire, and of course, it was the basics, of course, of troubleshooting, and 60 engineers of the high level were trained there. And also, as per the development of tips-based flexible thinking, 40 IT engineers were trained there. So, engineers which are connected with IT sphere, they were taught how to resolve IT problems with TRIZ elements, including, of course, we're not stopped only at online training. Of course, it was good that we launched it, because at that very period it was difficult to prepare open programs, and we were really rescued by the opportunity of talking about TRIZ using Zoom technologies. And within the period of 2020-2022, pretty vast variety of people were trained in multi-module programs, because TRIZ could be a self-standing program in corporate university and also part of some module, or it can be a module as a whole by itself. So, of course, we try to include different programs in TRIZ so that with TRIZ methodology, the most amount of people would be introduced, would be trained. TRIZ is included in different programs. So let's have a look at the system of TRIZ in corporate university. So you've got 8 minutes to go. Yeah, I will be able to do that. So using TRIZ tools to complete operational tests, or TIPS tools in English, it was a part of the human resource management operation official of adjacent industry program. So we had engineers from the major railroad stations, and they faced the problem with the limitation of human resources. So 150 labor management engineers were trained on the program. If we consider that only 25 people in one group, so you can count how many generations we did have. So what is the way of their training? People come, we have 2-day program, they work in the groups, and they study on the basis of the study programs. After that, they prepare the projects of improvement, and as their graduation work, they show what kind of TRIZ elements they did use in their solutions of the problems. In 2024, we had a program of career development, manager development for the chief engineer block of the main computing center. Anton Kazimaka, the specialist of the fourth level of TRIZ, conducted this program. And also, we plan to continue this program with 20 academic hours, but uh, for some independent reasons, we postpone this program for the next period of time. So, what was included in this program? It was introduction to TRIZ analysis system development along S-curve, MPV analysis, administrative conflict, primary test proceeding tools, technical contradiction, their resolution. So they were resolving those issues, problems on the example of their own tasks because in advance they were sent some questionnaires, some forms to help them out with the solution of the problems. So that was the way how we trained 37 chief engineers of the main computing center. And then we went further and we plan to make in the framework of the we're planning to continue to use TRIZ tools for development systemic thinking among managers at our educational journey lab. Every program that helps develop systemic or innovative thinking, we use TRIZ tools. And also for strategic sessions, we have this methodology as TRIZ facilitation. We are conducting strategic sessions for us to develop different new products in those departments who are responsible for that. And so we use this very facilitation for development of these new products. And you can meet, you can find out more about our programs when you address to corporate university. We can organize our training, or we will attract you as the trainers. So I was very glad to share the experience of our corporate university about TRIZ tools. So I'm ready for your questions. Thank you very much, Marina, for your interesting report, Mikhail Rubin. So do you evaluate economical efficiency for implementation of TRIZ tools in the solutions of the problems? We haven't done that because mainly corporate university is responsible for the development of thinking, of mentality. We don't have this output as it is in trade companies, so that after sales training you have to calculate economical efficiency. But as per feedbacks which are sent by people after those workshops or people who take decisions of such trainings, they could see that people think differently. But globally, we haven't calculated it yet.
Да, спасибо за ответ.
Thank you.
Кто-то голосом хочет задать вопрос?
Somebody wants to ask question by voice?
Коллеги, я, с вашего позволения, пропущу
So,
комментарии,
colleagues,
потому
I
что
will
тут они очень длинные.
skip some comments if you would,
Александра
but
Солодкина,
I will ask the
вы
question from
говорили
Alexander
о
Solodkin.
совместного
Can you
использования
give us the example of the joint application of TRIZ and Lean methodology? I wouldn't do that of the joint application, but you know, in our program, we use both directions in order to show that in lean production, we have the ability of reducing costs and expenses, losses, and TRIZ show us how to get rid of and escape of those losses. Marina, in chat box, we have some words of support, some comments. I won't read them out. Colleagues, do you have any questions to ask? Yeah, I have a question. Thank you very much for your report. So perspective of adaptation of new kinds.
Рельсового передвижения. Вот Франция ТГВ. В России посредством перспективы применения
So,
методов ТРИЗ или хотя бы
do we have any perspectives of using trees?
перспективы. Если вы работаете над этим.
Do you work on those? We understand that you work about Moscow, Leningrad, like St. Petersburg, but it's not the regional. Yeah, we're talking about speed railroads, and RZD has this assignment to create a fast track train which could get from Moscow to St. Pete in 2 hours. And TRIZ tools, directly our corporate university is not included in such resolution, but the Center of Innovational Development train their workers with TRIZ elements, and hopefully they would do that. Yeah, how about official inclusion of your fast track as well? You're also fast, right, in your education? Well, not now, probably.
У нас следующий докладчик.
So we have next speaker Sergey Sisoyev.
Да, Сергей, я вас вижу.
Sergey